Hi, everyone. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading for any sign who found this reading. It's a collective love reading for anyone and any sign of the person that you may be thinking of today. So let's call in our spirit guides. Let's see what loving messages they have for you, what's going on around you, what could be coming your way. Spirit, I call upon you for loving messages. I ask that you guide us with love and wisdom, and what is it that you have for us at this time? What is it that we need to know? I am listening for you now. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's new. Spirit, please guide me. Let's start with a couple of little angel notes, little messages from our angels. You are loved unconditionally. Trust in your worth and let the divine love guide your steps. Absolutely. Let's get another one of these. And I have your prayers are already answered. Trust that the blessings are on their way. I love that feeling. I love that feeling of no matter where I'm at, I just always know that Spirit has something amazing for me. So trust, that's a big one. Let's get one more of these angel messages. Let's see, these are nice. I have alignment. 111. There you go. Look for 111 on the clock today. Look for 1111. Your thoughts are manifesting rapidly. Trust in divine guidance and stay focused on your goals. So trust, right? We keep saying trust. Okay, so that definitely is coming in already. So something's going on around us with our trust, whether it's we trust ourselves, we trust our judgment, we trust someone else. Spirit, please share with me, what is it that you have for us today? I have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So is something pulling you back? Is someone pulling you back? Alcohol, drugs, any kind of codependency that's interfering with the life that you should be living. You know, you're just really battling somebody else's addictions or even your own. So that could be something, of course, that we're always working on. We need help and guidance. It's an illness. Spirit, please share with me. I have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So we have romance coming, a true love coming on the way. And I have playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to have fun and shine. I think that's so important, you know, especially in the beginning. If it's not fun, why bother? You know, it's got to be exciting. It's got to be worth it. So they're sharing with you this true love on the way. Okay, that's, if it's not here yet, we're just going to put that out into the universe. We're just going to ask Spirit at the end of this reading to bring us true love. Okay, so let's see what our cards are saying. Spirit, please share with me. I have a 7 of Wands. I have a Princess of Wands. I have a 4 of Cups. And I have a Sun. So a couple things came into me. It was impatience for sure with that 4 of Cups. I'm just struggling with the impatience. I also liked this kind of dancing energy with the Princess of Wands. And I liked this feeling of like a melody, or the music will never stop, or that, you know, it just continues. I also like the gears in the 7 of Wands. Like my head is turning, the gears are all working together. So they're using the word unison with me. So it could be that we think alike, like the wheels are turning, the gears are turning. But it was a sense of we think alike, and maybe we have the same goals, objectives. We want the same things. All the moving parts and pieces starting to come into play there. And then, of course, I have this beautiful sun. They're saying ready to burst onto the scene. So this feels like it's just entering. It feels like It's a playful energy. It could be very flirtatious. It could be, this person's a total flirt, totally flirting. I don't know, there's a sense of a big smile. There's a sense of a twinkle in your eye. Maybe that's something they say. Do you realize that your eyes actually twinkle when you smile? So there's a sense of they're picking up on these little details about you that they just are noticing. Beautiful. Your smile, twinkle in your eye. I have a 3 of Swords. I have a King of Swords. I have a 9 of Swords. I have a 4 of Wands. It came into me as, let me take your worries and fears away. That they want to hear about your pain. They want to hear about your past. They know that that's a part of you. They're not afraid to listen to, what you've been through or who hurt you or what happened, what happened in your last relationship. But it was very much a feeling of, like, just tell me so that I know what I'm getting into, so that when we talk, I have a sense of where you're coming from. I kind of know your history. I know, what upsets you, what you are triggered by, So I wouldn't be afraid to talk about your wounds to this person. There's a sense of vulnerability. There's a sense of getting it out in the open. Maybe it's a very tearful event. Maybe we just talk about, I just can't go through something like that ever again. I won't go through something. So this is a feeling of tell me everything, and there's nothing that is going to push me away. But I want to know, I do want to know those wounds. It's not somebody who says, I don't want to talk about our past. No, this person really wants to know you. And part of getting to know you is that history of you. Who were you with? What was it like? Why do you feel like that relationship ended? What could you have done differently? What would you have done differently? Whatever it is. But I feel like in order to get to this 4 of Wands, where they're in a loving foundation, they're in a commitment. This king wants to talk. This king wants to know. So you've got somebody who isn't afraid to be vulnerable, isn't afraid to kind of talk through everything. Like there's almost like no area in our lives that we can't address. So the more I know about you, the more I want to know. So you are going to be very, very open, very honest with this person, very vulnerable with this person. There's a sense of no holding back. There's a sense of I'm just going to keep going with this vulnerability energy, because some people are so afraid to share their emotions. But this person, I feel like, is really genuinely wanting to go deeper. And part of going deeper is I need to know what you've been through. I need to know where you've been. So that's really encouraging to me. Spirit, please share with me. I have a soul connection. I do feel that. I feel that this king is, let's go with the sun for a second, but the king is getting to the answers. The king is getting to, if I'm going to be in a relationship with somebody, I have the number 42. So I could have somebody that's kind of mature, maybe you're in your 40s, but it's a sense of, if I'm going to be with somebody, I really want to know what I'm getting into. Okay. I don't want to find out down the road, like what you went through or what happened, or I don't want to find out about a relationship that I knew nothing about. I don't want to find out about something that I should have known about you. So I feel like the more that we are brutally honest with each other, the closer we get to this happiness, that if this is a true connection, if this is a true love, which they said in the beginning, that they're trying to bring to you, then we're going to feel that connection, and the connection is going to be communication with that king. So very deep communication. I'll definitely say that. I have a mystery. I'm going to go with, I don't want the mystery. I'm going to say the mask is untied. So the mask is coming off, and I have the number 13. So I feel like I'm not going to be with somebody who, stays behind a mask or pretends that everything is all right when it isn't, or paints a picture of themselves that really isn't, necessarily true. So that mask has got to come off in this connection. I have control. So maybe there's a story behind it. Maybe there's a story behind, I had somebody in my energy in the past that didn't allow me to be the person I needed to be, told me who my friends were, told me where to go, checked up on me, didn't trust me. I wasn't doing anything. And in the end, it was them who was running around. So they threw their guilt onto me. So there's a sense of this control is really something I have a hard time with. So that, again, I need to know that. I need to know that so that I know that's a trigger to you. That you could be upset about those things. And I have confusion. I don't want you to know. I'm going to go with this. There's nothing worse than not knowing where you stand with somebody, right? There's nothing worse than your head spinning, saying, well, where do we go from here? What are they thinking? What are they feeling? So this person, and I'm assuming you want the same thing, is saying that right from the beginning, in order for this to work, I have to have brutal honesty. I have to know everything about you. I want to know everything about you. There's nothing that we can't talk about. In fact, I want to talk about everything. I mean, everybody has something that maybe they hold back on. You don't have to tell every gory detail about everything, but the big stuff, right? The big stuff that they should know. They should have a history of your life. They should know about your family. They should know about your relationships. They should know things that happened to you in your childhood. There's things that people should know about you. So I think that that's what this connection is asking of you. Spirit, please share with me. There's a sense of brutally honest energy. I have a 2 of Cups. I have an Ace of Wands. I have an 8 of Cups. And I have a Queen of Swords. I'm going to say I feel this connection. I do. I feel the connection. If I'm not going to continue to feel the connection, or it doesn't get deeper, I'm not afraid to walk away from a connection either. That could be you, that could be them. But I do feel that I think this connection is off to an amazing start. I feel that this connection has value, Spirit just said. This connection has respect. I see something in you that I haven't seen in somebody else in a long time. So how does this person say, I want to go deeper? They ask a lot of questions. They spend a lot of time getting to know you. Okay. They don't just talk about surface stuff. They don't dodge a question about, when you ask them things about their personal life, they don't just say, well, I don't like to talk about that. That's not somebody who's going deeper. So you want to be aware of those things. I don't want to harp on my past either, but everybody should kind of have a sense of where people are coming from. I have a 4 of Wands. Okay. Another 4 of Wands. I have an Empress. I have a High Priestess. And I have a Tower. I'm going to go with this 8 of Cups for a minute and this Tower, because this is someone who's not afraid to walk away if you keep this mask on, or vice versa, okay? If you have met someone and you think it's great and it's a great connection, but your intuition is telling you they're not letting you in. They're not being 100% there. They're not, they're holding back. That you have the option too at any point to say, you know what, I'm not getting what I need out of this connection. I'm not feeling like we're getting closer over time. I feel like you are deflecting, my questions, or you are always holding back your feelings. So you have the option too if this person doesn't take off their mask. So it works both ways. But for now, I feel like a good connection is coming across, and this person is asking you to be open, be honest. I'm going to say brutally honest. Maybe it's the first time you really, told somebody everything. I'm telling you things I've never told anybody before. Is really the energy of this reading. I have a Hermit. I have an Ace of Swords. How about I don't want to be alone. I'm tired of being lonely. You share with them that I've been alone, and your feelings about loneliness, and they share their feelings around being single and their struggle with being single. I have a Six of Cups. There's something about you, they're saying. So you've got this beautiful connection here happening, and there's something about you that I feel like we're connected on a deeper level. I would say that your intuition, if your intuition is saying this is a good match, I would trust your own intuition today. I would say that if this person is genuinely and sincerely listening, showing up in your life, being available, asking questions, not pushing things away or avoiding, like I said, avoiding a conversation about something. They genuinely are showing up and being there. I would say you've got a good match. I would say that this is only going to get better, Spirit just said. So that's something to really look forward to, isn't it? Let's get some loving messages. Let's see what they want you to know about this connection. Sometimes I think we have to go through that stage. I think we have to go through that vulnerability stage. And if we don't, there's always that part of us that says, I don't really know my person. I don't really feel like I know everything I should know about my person because they didn't let me know. So I feel like we're going through this vulnerability stage with somebody, or we will be very soon. Marry me. Certainly, if I'm going to have a future with somebody, I want to know their past. I want to know everything about you. So I don't want any surprises, right? So I think that's important. My feelings are deeper than they seem. I love that. You've got my heart. So you're capturing my heart. I want you to know me. I'll be calling you soon. I love that. You're my light in the dark. I only want things to get better. You're my eternal love. I feel like you've got this person. There's a part of me that says, maybe I've never been this open with anybody before. Maybe I've never told people my feelings, or I've never shared things. I'm sharing things with you that I've never shared with anybody else. So that could be kind of a sign to them that this connection is different. It's different this time. It's different with you. I never felt that close with somebody that I wanted to talk about those things. Or how about nobody ever asked me? Nobody ever cared to ask me about what it is that I need, what it is that I want. So they could be, wow, somebody actually cares what I think. So that could be going on as well. But we've got this gorgeous, you are my eternal love, and this connection and this brutal honesty today in this reading. So I definitely will claim this. If this isn't in your life, let's put this out into the universe. Let's ask Spirit to guide this kind of love to you now. If it is in your life, wonderful, keep going. Be vulnerable, share, enjoy it. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you always for your kind words. If you would like to book a private reading with me, please visit my website at CathyMamolenPsychicMedium.com. Also, check out my other two channels, my Pick a Card channel, my Twin Flame channel, and both of those links are in the description below. I hope you have a beautiful day. We'll see you all again real soon.